Welcome to Beyond Compliance, where safety meets action. Join as your host, Julia, a speaker and trainer, explores how mindset, accountability, and leadership create safer workplaces. You can find this show on all the major platforms, including YouTube, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and on our website, beyondcompliance.buzzsprout.com. Whether you're on the floor or leading from the top, if safety drives you, you're in the right place. And now for our show, Beyond Compliance.
So why exactly does communication break down even when leaders genuinely mean well? This is one of the most frustrating questions in leadership. Most leaders are not careless. They're not careless with their words. They think about what they say. And they care deeply. They want clarity. They want people to succeed. And yet conversations still miss the mark. You can say something with the best intentions and watch it land in a way you never ever expected. Someone shuts down. Someone pushes back. Someone nods along and then does something completely different. When that happens, it is tempting to assume the other person is being difficult or disengaged. But most of the time, that is not what is happening at all. Communication often breaks down not because the message is wrong, because it's filtered through how people naturally hear and process information. This is where DISC gives us clarity. DISC helps explain why people can listen to the exact same words and walk away with very different interpretations. Some people naturally listen for the outcome and wait to know what needs to happen next. Others are listening for tone and connection and how the message feels. Some people focus on stability and how and how a change will want to understand the logic before they move on. None of these responses are better than anything else or others. They're simply different. They're different ways of processing information. When leaders communicate from their own style without adjusting for the other person in front of them, the message can unintentionally miss. A leader who values efficiency may sound abrupt to someone who values reassurance. A leader who explains thoroughly may overwhelm someone who wants the point quickly. A leader who is warm and encouraging may feel unclear to someone who wants specifics. The leader means well, but the message lands completely different. This is why good intentions are not always enough. Meaning well does not guarantee being understood. Communication is not just about what is said. It's about how it's revealed. And reception is shaped by personality, style, experience, and perception. Does not ask leaders to change who they are or become unauthentic. It helps leaders become more aware. When you understand how someone else processes information, can you adjust your delivery without lowering expectations or losing that clarity? That small adjustment can be the difference between resistance and understanding. When leaders take the time to match their communication to the person they're speaking with, conversations tend to feel calmer and more productive. People feel respected rather than corrected. Expectations become clearer. Follow through improves, not because the rule changed, but because the message finally landed. Think about a conversation you've had more than once that never seemed to go anywhere. The intention was probably good every single time. What might have been missing is the approach that matched how the other person hears and responds. Often, the breakthrough comes not from saying more, but from saying it differently. This is what is meant to move beyond compliance. Real leadership is not about repeating expectations louder or more often. It's about communicating in a way that connects. DISC gives us a framework to do that. And it's with intention rather than with frustration. And as we continue this series, we will keep exploring how DISC shows up in everyday conversations and why understanding communication styles can change outcome wherever people are expected to listen and respond and act. Before you go, let me leave you with one question to reflect on. Who do you communicate with regularly that never seems to hear your message the way you intended? And what might change if you adjusted how you communicate rather than questioning your intention? If you'd like to read the full manuscript and transcript of this episode, it is available with the show notes in Buzzsprout. Thanks for spending a few minutes here today and for being willing to look beyond compliance and into the conversations that shape behavior every single day.
Thanks for tuning into Beyond Compliance, where safety leads and culture follows. You can find this show on all the major platforms, including YouTube, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and on our website, beyondcompliance.buzzsprout.com. If this episode hit home, follow, review, and share it. Ready to bring this message to your team? Check out the show notes. Until next time, lead with safety and go beyond compliance.